Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is the 12th video of a playlist for cloning a Disney Plus website using MERN. In this video, we are going to make the roots of the model that we created in the previous video. So go to your sidebar, I will collapse all of this first, and then go to the API, and in here I'm going to make a new folder called roots. Instead of these roots, we are going to have some of the roots. The first one is the list.js. The second one is going to be the movies.js, and then users.js. This is supposed to be JS, not JSX. User.js, and then watchlist.js. Now you might be thinking we are going to make the login and the register inside of this user.js, but we are not going to do that. We will making the register and login roots inside of the out.js. So this user will just use to maybe get all of the user and so on. And also this was users. And the first roots that we are going to change or make is the out roots. And inside of here I'm going to import the router equal to require express dot router. And also before we do or develop more routes, we have to import the routes inside of this index.js. We are going to put it here below of the MongoDB connection. I'm going to app.use. Now the first one is going to be /api/out, out root. And this out root is come from, I'm going to give it some divider, and this will be const user root is equal to require and then ./out. Save and also save the out.js, and here it will be in lowercase and uppercase r. Then we have the const user equal to require /model/user. This is going to import the user's model, and then we are going to make the roots in here. The first one is going to be the register. For the register, we're going to have the router.path, and then the path is going to be register, and comma. Wait a second. Maybe it have to use the double quotes, comma. It will be an async function, and then it will retrieve the request as a rec and the result as the rest. An arrow function here, arrow function, and then we'll have the new user equal to new, and then the user model. So the username is equal to the request body and then username. The email is going to be a request body.email, and for the password it's going to be the request body.password. We are not going to do this for the password. Later we are going to encrypt it using crypto.js packets. After this, I'm going to give it some semicolon, and then we are going to put the try catch block here. Try catch and then error here. For the try, we are going to const user equal to await. So we are going to save the new user, and then rest.status, it will return 201 along with a user data in the JSON form. For the cats, it will return some rest. The result is going to be it's going to have code equal to 500, where it is the server internal error, and it will also return the error in the JSON form. And since we are using JSON here, maybe in the index.js we have to use the JSON here. So I'm going to app.use and then express.json. Let's save it and see in the terminal. We got some error here, cannot find model out. Oh yeah, this was not out. This is supposed to be root/out. Save it and see. If I save, it still have some error. In out, it's supposed to be models. There was some typo. And here outroot, we got outroot is not defined. This is user root, it's supposed to be outroot. Save. We got require meta function, but got an object. Oh yeah, in out.js here below we have to module.exports export equal to router. Save, and now let's see. Backend server is running and the DB connection also successful. You can test it out by using Postman or maybe Insomnia or whatever you want. And here I'm going to create a new tab, and for the URL is going to be localhost. Wait a second. It will be localhost 88 and then 00 or 8800 slash API slash out slash register. Here in the body, I'm going to choose the raw and change the text to JSON. First, I'm going to pass the username. The username is going to be Alicia, and for the email is going to be alicia@gmail.com, and for the password is going to be 12345. Let's try to add it in a quote here, and we are going to send it. If we get some error, we get cannot get. Oh yeah, in the roots we are using the post method, so change the get method to post method. If I click the send, we got error admin, but admin is required, and also the is admin is false. This giving us some error, but the error is because we are not filling out this admin. That means our connection to database is working. If I try to send again, we still got the path is admin required, because in here we are not passing it. Wait a second. Oh yeah, for the is admin we are not passing it in here, but I think in the user model we already set it. We already set the default value of it. Is admin, it's supposed to be not required. Wait a second. We are not already setting it, and it should be not required. For the default it's just going to be false. Let's save it, and now we don't need this is admin field. We can delete it, and let's try to send it. Here we got the username, email, password, and is admin, and also we get all of the fields from this data. Now we are going to try to encrypt this password using crypto.js package. First, open up your terminal. Maybe I will just split the terminal and then cd to API again and yarn at crypto.js. But for make sure it is the right name, let's search it in Google. In the npm page in the npmjs.com, it's supposed to be crypto-js. So it is not crypto.js, it's supposed to be crypto.js. Enter to install it. Wait until the installation is done, and it is done. Now, after the installation is done, we can import that crypto.js inside of our out.js. And here, const crypto.js is equal to require and then crypto-js. This password now is not going to be just rec.body.password, but we are going to encrypt it first and then put it inside of the database. crypto.js.is.encrypt and then rec.body.password process.env, and it's going to be the secret key. We can set the secret key inside of this .env file. Whoops, so in here I'm going to make a new one called secret key is equal to, in this case I will just make it programmer, something like this. We can save the .env first and go back to the out.js. After we encrypt it, I will make it to string. Now let's save and go back to the postman. Change this Alicia to maybe admin, and then email is admin@gmail.com. And also for the password, I'm going to give it admin. If I click send, and now let's see, the password is already encrypted here. That means our encryption function in the using crypto.js is working. Now let's make the login route. In here I'm going to make new login route. The method is same, it will be the pass, and then for the root it's going to be login slash comma, and this one is going to be some async function. It's going to get the request and the result, and I'm going to put some arrow function, and in here we are going to just make some try and catch block here. Try catch and an error. For the try we are going to make a login function here. Const user equal to await user dot find one email is equal to request body email. So this was the some variable that going to check if the user is available or not. And here I'm going to make a user and press status if the user is not, or maybe if the user is not available, maybe it will give us some status equal to 401.json. And then here I'm going to have the wrong, I'm going to give it message equal to wrong password or username. Here and below of this I'm going to have the const bytes. This going to have the function that is going to decrypt or decrypt the user, decrypt the password, decrypt and then user dot passwords, comma, process dot env dot secret key. After this, I'm going to have the cons original password is equal to bytes dot to string crypto.js dot wait a second. This was a little bit annoying. crypto.js dot enc dot utf8. Give it some semicolon here, and I'm going to make some if statement. If the user is not equal to, if the original password is not equal to rec body dot password, it will give us some rest dot status is 401. And also for the JSON, I will give it some message called, I will give it message password, wrong password, or username. And also in here, I'm going to make it user not available. Save it. And below of this original password, after that we are going to have cons equal to access token equal to twt dot sign. But first we have to import it. And below of this crypto.js, we are going to have cons twt equal to require and then JSON web token. Save and then scroll down, go back here to the access token, and here access token sign, and then it's going to be id equal to user dot underline id, because the id field inside of the MongoDB is underline and then id. And I'm going to set the is admin instead of here equal to user is admin, so that every time the user login we can know if the user is admin or not. Now comma process dot env dot secret key, comma, and I will give it expires in maybe 5 days. Save. And now I'm going to skip it. Below of this, I'm going to have cons. Cons is going to be passwords, and then the rest of the info is equal to user dot underline doc. Below that we'll have a rest dot status and then 200 dot json, and then for this I'm going to return the info and the access token. For the error 1, we are going to return results is status. I'm going to give it 500 for the error code, and I'm going to pass the error in here. Save. And now let's open up our Postman again. I will copy the path from here to here and also change the method to post. Here we will login, not register. Login, and then in body we have row and then JSON. And here we are going to have a username or Gmail. Let me see, we are using email, and then the password. So this is going to be the email is equal to alicia@gmail.com, and for the password is going to be 12345. Let's try to send it, and we got 500 internal server error. Let me see in the terminal. It didn't give us anything. And so in the postman, what if I open up my console log? And here we got the 500. What is this say? It didn't say anything. Let me see in my code if I get some typo here. Okay, and here we forgot the JS, crypto.js, save, and now let's see again. In here, I'm going to close the console and try to send it again. We got the wrong password or username. Alicia@gmail.com. Wait a second. What if we log in using the admin? For the Gmail is admin@gmail.com, and for the password is admin. Let me try to send it. Usually this means there's some error instead of here. We got the error capture cannot set headers after the client. They are sent to the client. What if I terminate the job, or maybe close the server and then start it one more time? Let's try to send it one more time. And now we got the access token, the username, email, and other info from the user. This means our login function is working. For the auth root is I think done. Now let's make the user root. First, I'm going to close all of this and then go to the users inside of the root. For this one is a little bit similar to the auth root, and maybe I will just copy the import from it, but we don't need gwt. For the first one, it's going to be get user stats. So this basically is going to, or maybe we are not going to that. We will just go to the get all user first. For the first one, it's going to be router.get, and then for the root, it's just less, and then we will have verify here, but not verify from the JSON web token. It is verify cons verify from require, and then dot slash verify token. I'm going to make this file first. So this basically this file is basically, wait a second, I'm going to change this one quote to double quote. So basically this verify token file is the file that is checking if the user have the token and proof if the user is logged in or not. So inside of this API, I'm going to make a new file called verify, wait a second, it will be verify token .js. I will go to the verify token.js. Now inside of here, I will import the gwt or the JSON web token. It's from the require JSON web token. And then the function is going to be verify, and it will take the request, the result, and next. Cons out header. This header is going to get the headers token. So if you go to the postman and then in headers, here we will add a new field called token and then fill it with our token. So basically this out header is getting the data from the token header in here. After the token, we will have some if statement, if out header. So if the header is available, it will have the cons and then token equal to out header split. it will spit a space, and then it will check the second of it, because maybe in array, the index start from 0. After this, you'll have the gwt verify token. So this was the token, comma process dot env dot secret key, comma error, comma user, and a row function. Inside of here, we will have another if error. So if the function is give some error, you'll have the rest. Then status is 403, and then JSON is going to be token is not valid, and rec dot user, and if it's not error, it will get the request user equal to user, and it's going to next. Else, if the user don't have any token, it will return res and status is equal to 401 or unauthorized, and then it's going to return some message: you are not authenticated. Save, and then we can save the users. But first, as we know, we have to add this API roots inside of here. So I'm going to copy the out root and change it to user. For this one is users, and also I'm going to change this to user, but this one is users. Save, and then go back to the users.js, and here we are going to continue making the function or the roots for get all. After the user is verified, it will be some async function that will get request and the result, and some arrow function, and it will have const query equal to request query.new, and then if the request user.isAdmin. So to access this root, you need to be the admin of the website. After that, if the user is admin, it will give us some try cats block, try and cats. This going to be error. Here I'm going to give it some else first. And this was not an array. This is supposed to be some quality brace. For the else, it's going to give it res status is going to be 403, and I think that is the forbidden error codes. And JSON, and then JSON, and this will return message is you are not allowed to do this. You can make it to see all users, but maybe the message will just tell the users, or maybe it will tell the users that he just tried to get all of the users data. For the try is going to be const users is query, and then if I will enter it, if it is, it will await, and then user dot find dot sort from the ID. It's supposed to be sort. This underline ID is min1, and then limit is 5. And if it's not, it will await user dot find. Save, and then for the error is same as like the usually. It will just have res, and then status is going to be 500 or internal server error, and then JSON is error. And also in here we have to add the res status. For this one, it's going to be 200 or successful, and then we are going to give the user's data. Save, and then let's see in the postman here. I'm going to make a new one here. I'm going to copy here and here. Now copy this. Now copy the success token, and then go to the headers, add a new one token, and inside of here we'll add a mirror, and then space, paste the paste the token here, enter. Or maybe you can just click it anywhere, so that will automatically input it. For the body we don't need anything, so let's just change this out to user slash. Don't forget the S. Now let's send it. We got could not send request. Let's see what is the error we got. Root get requires a callback function, but got oh yeah. Then here we forgot to add the module.exports equal to router. Save, and then now let's try it again to send it. We still got the error. Let me see here. What about we close the server and then run it again? Maybe just need some refresh. Nope. We still get route.get requires a callback function but got an object. Let's see here. Query module export router and index we already imported. The user routes. So maybe this was because in a verified token we forgot to import it to export it. Module exports equal to verify. Wait a second, verify. Let's save it. And now the color is changing to yellow. And we got backend server is running and DB connection is successful. Let's try to send it again. We got you are not allowed to do this. That is fine because we are not setting this admin user as the admin yet. So go to the Chrome here, and then in the data clouds I will refresh my MongoDB. Now it will be some data appearing after we registered some user. Still loading here. Wait a second, it usually take a little bit long time, and now the collection is already loaded. We just have to change this as admin from the false to true. Let's update it. And now let's try again to send in a postman. Send. Maybe it need a little bit refresh. F5. Can I do this in here? No. Maybe in here I can control C and then yarn start. Maybe I have to refresh the server. And now let's try to send it again. You are not allowed to do this. Oh yeah, because we are not already passing the data. Sorry. And here users. Wait, it is. Cancel. We send it whether we still didn't get. Let me see. What is the token we are using for? We are using the admin. Let's log in one more time and copy. Maybe the previous token was from the admin that doesn't have the admin yet. Now let's paste the newest token, enter, and then try to send it again. Now we got the data of all users. That's mean our get all is working. And I think that's it for this video. I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on the bell notification so then you know when I update this series. And also maybe in the next video we are going to continue making these user routes because there is quite a lot of quite a lot of them. So thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.